Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a very different video for you today. So I don't normally do this many sit-down, talky type videos in a week. I normally just stick to my Monday, Thursday for Mental Monday and a Turner Syndrome video on Thursday. I found out that this last week, the week we're getting ready to end, was National Infertility Awareness Week. I did not want to let that pass without saying something. I know I've documented everything we've done with infertility up to this point, and I will continue to do so. So if you want to catch up on our story, anything like that, click the card and it will take you to the playlist that has everything. So for National Infertility Awareness Week, I kind of wanted to put some statistics out there. So to start off, 1 in 8 couples experience trouble getting pregnant or taking a pregnancy to term. Approximately 1/3 of infertility is attributed to the female partner, and 1/3 is attributed to the male partner, and 1/3 is caused by a combination of both partners or just unexplained. Infertility is defined as the inability to conceive after 1 year of unprotected intercourse, or 6 months if the woman is over 35, or the inability to carry a pregnancy to live birth. So those are the main statistics that are out there for infertility, and that's kind of broadly how it's looked at. As far as our story, a quick kind of look at it is basically I was diagnosed with premature ovarian failure. So my ovaries aren't responding when they're told to ovulate, and I have very low egg reserve. So the only way for me to go through pregnancy would be through IVF with egg donation. That being said, it has been a very interesting journey, and a journey that has taught me a lot, to say the least. And I thought I would give my top 5 lessons infertility has taught me. So the first lesson infertility has taught me is patience. I have had the dream of being a mom since I started having memories. Like, I was the girl pretending my dolls were real and acting like they were real. And I was always intrigued with birth stories and with pregnancy stories, and I loved babies and I always wanted to hold them and take care of them, and I've just always dreamed of being a mom. I can't even describe how much. And so now, being 26 years old and having been married for 2.5 years, I feel like I've been waiting, and I've had to have a lot of patience while we figure things out and while we kind of go through this journey together to figure out where this is taking us and where we feel like we should be going with it. It takes patience. It takes a lot of endurance to really be able to stick it out and not give up or let it break you, totally destroy everything you were working on in the process. The second major lesson infertility has taught me is understanding. Understanding both in other people's stories and in other people's experiences when they're feeling a little emotional about their own, but they have a very different experience than mine. Understanding for other people's understanding of our experiences, other people's opinions of what we're going through, and my husband's experience of this whole thing and this whole journey and situation that we are going through. Just being able to both understand each other and what each other's going through with it and where each other's at, and just trying to be on the same page and be understanding and be there for the other person as much as you can. The third major lesson infertility has taught me is endurance. It takes a lot of endurance to go through all of these different steps and different processes and different mini journeys within the bigger journey of infertility to figure out where we want to take this, where we feel like we should what we both think about it and enduring together through all of the difficulty that it comes with and the emotions that come up and the pain associated with it. It takes a lot of endurance to be able to get through all of that, to push through to the hopeful end. The fourth major lesson that infertility has taught me is it's okay to not be okay about it. I have been encouraged my whole life by people telling me, oh, you can always adopt, or it's totally fine. That's not the only way to be a mom, and you're not missing out on anything. While all of that's true, that doesn't change that I need to grieve that loss. And that doesn't take away the pain associated with that loss of those other experiences. I've had to learn to give myself permission to cry about it when I need to, and to grieve it so that I actually process that loss and can move on to whatever this journey takes us to, whether it be IVF with egg donation, or adoption, or foster care, or a longer period of time without kids than we had ever planned on or thought about. And it's taken me a lot to get to that point of allowing myself that permission, but I'm slowly getting there, and I have definitely learned the importance of allowing myself to actually grieve it and process it. And that's not gonna happen in a day. That's not gonna happen in a year. That's not gonna happen when we adopt and all of a sudden everything's fine. Or we go through IVF and everything's fine in the sense that we have kids. It's going to be a process. And it'll always be something that is there and present and that I have to face and deal with and accept. So I've had to learn to give myself that permission to not be okay when I'm really not. The fifth thing and final thing that infertility has taught me is how to appreciate the children I do have in my life that much more. I have multiple friends that have kids. I have 4 nephews and 3 nieces, and I cannot even describe how much I love them, how much I care about them, how much I would do anything for them, and how appreciative I am to have them in my life at all, and how much of a blessing I see them as, and how much of a blessing to be their aunt it is. And while no, we don't have kids yet, and I can't wait till the day that we do and I get to see my kids play with my nieces and nephews, I love being an aunt so much, and I am so thankful for just their presence. And I think something that I've recently really landed on with our infertility journey and all of the emotions you have to deal with it with is to appreciate the kids you do have in your life in whatever capacity they're in your life. It doesn't take those nieces and nephews of mine being my own for them to feel like my own. They already do feel like my own. I love them like they're my own, and if you ask anybody, I mother them just like they're my own. So being able to have that and appreciate it is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I never want to take that for granted, and this journey has definitely taught me to not take for granted the kids I do have in my life while I'm waiting for my own. So that is my National Infertility Awareness Week video. I was really wanting to do one, so I'm glad I got one up just to kind of talk about it and not let it pass without being mentioned. So those were my 5 lessons I've learned from infertility. If you have lessons that infertility has taught you, I would love to hear those in the comments below and to start a conversation about all the different aspects that infertility has and all the different lessons you can learn from going through it, and ways that you have dealt with the pain of it, what you find encouraging through the process, and how you have been able to grow out of the process, out of the journey of infertility. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and share it with everybody. And if you are not already subscribed, click the screen and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!